Mental health impacts all of us, and while the COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the need to prioritize quality mental health care, the nation's third largest city has been hard at work to make strides to provide access to quality mental health care for years. But in a city of 2.7 million people with 77 diverse communities in a wide range of backgrounds, how are leaders working to ensure equitable access and services for all Chicagoans? We sat down with city clinicians and mental health leaders to see how Chicago's investment in mental health is changing thousands of lives daily. I'm Connor Hirsch, and this is Health Matters Chicago.
So I think with the city offering all of that stuff in one place allows people to actually heal and start their journey and be motivated to come.
In the 2022 fiscal year alone, Mayor Lori Lightfoot invested $89 million to improve and expand publicly funded mental health services in Chicago. That's a 7-fold budget increase since 2019. This includes investments in both city-run clinics and mental health clinics operated by community partners across the entire city, which provide service to any Chicagoan, regardless of health insurance status, immigration status, or ability to pay.
We were able to get money to basically refurbish the whole site, getting new computers, technology, acquiring Doxy.com to do telehealth. I mean, it's been a huge change, and now the ability of being able to hire more clinicians to provide more services, I think it's been great.
The Chicago Department of Public Health is now on track to serve over 50,000 people this year. That's over 14 times the amount of people served in 2019.
We've been able to now expand into other community areas. So at first we were in 34 priority community areas, and now we're able to expand it to all 77 neighborhoods.
CDPH runs 5 of its own full-service clinics, and with this historic investment, the department has expanded its services and infrastructure, including psychiatric nurse practitioners and youth services.
We provide individual therapy, group therapy, case management, and psychiatric services.
We also provide family therapy. We do also, if appropriate, when appropriate, couples therapy.
Everybody's welcome at our clinic from the age of 6 to the age of 99 or plus.
These services are free, absolutely 100% free, to anybody that is a resident of the city of Chicago.
While the 5 city-run clinics are open to all Chicagoans, the city recognizes the need for access to care across Chicago. That's why the city's funding dozens of trauma-informed centers of care to provide access to mental health services across all 77 community areas, so Chicagoans can get access to care whenever and wherever they need.
Unfortunately, more often than not, people that need the services sometimes more desperately than anybody have the least amount of access. And so that's why not only are the city clinics important, but really our partner organizations as well, so that somebody can go within their own neighborhood and within their own community where they feel the most comfortable, just being easier to get there. So that they can get the services needed.
If I was depressed, right, it's hard for me to get out of bed. It's hard for me to take a shower. Do you think I want to drive an hour to talk to somebody?
There's a stigma that mental health isn't as important as physical health, and it's taboo in some cultures to seek help. The city understands that mental health impacts every aspect of our lives and is actively trying to break that stigma to create overall healthier and prosperous communities.
People can certainly go to their physical doctor, and that is obviously very important. But if we aren't addressing the mental health needs that are underneath all of that, the physical health can continue to be a problem. If you look at all the research on trauma in particular, things like heart disease, high blood pressure, all of those things increase the more somebody experiences trauma, especially if it goes unaddressed.
The pandemic has shined a spotlight on the greater need for access to quality and accessible mental health care, showing the gaps in coverage across the whole country. Now, Chicago is working to address those gaps, along with the root causes of the issues.
To me, it's really important that we invest in the entire mental health system and understand the things that might be exacerbating somebody's mental health symptoms, right? Experiencing homelessness, being in a violent relationship, not being able to access health care at all. All of these things really contribute to your mental health, not being able to exercise, not feeling safe in your community. And we have to understand how all of those things impact mental health And I think that that's what we're doing here at CDPH, is really trying to understand how that impacts mental health and how can we help improve that.
If you or someone you know needs resources here in Chicago, the city is here for you. Head to mentalhealth.chicago.gov, call 311, or call the CDPH Mental Health Clinic intake line at 312-747-1020.